Hey guys, there's a really cool new cryptocurrency mining solution out there called MinerStat. It's available for Linux, it's available for Windows, there's an ASIC client as well, and it is free to download for the first 2 rigs, and then you have to pay. Now I'll talk about pricing later. What I'd like to do is talk about the features first, then I want to go over and show you the Windows client. There. And then what I'd like to go over is go to the dashboard and show you how you manage everything. Everything is managed from the cloud here. So I want to show you how it all works and talk about what I like and what I don't like. And also, when we're on the subject of what I do like, just to touch upon this, there's a dedicated mining application. So yeah, this manages everything on the cloud, just the same as HiveOS or SMOS, but there is a dedicated mobile app for iOS and for Android. Very, very nice touch. I don't want to spoil this, but I will say one thing. You know, call this a first impressions because it's maybe a little bit too early to call this a tutorial or a full review. But I do think that MinerStat is going to give Awesome Miner, HiveOS and SMOS a run for its money. And I do think that a lot of people who are using those solutions are going to switch over. They are adding a lot of features that aren't in HiveOS. And I think that that could be enough to draw lots of people over. So again, call this a first impressions video. I signed up to be an early tester and then didn't early test. So I signed up to be an early tester when it was in development, but I downloaded it a few days ago. I set it all up and I was messing around with the pools and all that, but it was only till today that I was really, setting up the wallet, testing things. I'm still testing things, which is why I'm saying maybe this is a first impressions video rather than a full review. So with that in mind, let's jump over. So this is a website, and I just want to quickly go over some of the features here because it does summarize all the features that it has. So first 2 rigs are free to download and use. That is important to note. Okay, flexible pricing, auto profit switching, detailed stats, API for developers, the latest miners, mine on any pool, a self-care system for auto updates, and notifications and triggers. Then there's the My MinerStat dashboard, as you can see, the mobile app there for your phone or tablet. And then down the bottom, you've got the learn more about mining OS, which they call MSOS, Windows node, and ASIC node. Now, as far as that goes, I've actually downloaded the Linux operating system, but it's important to remember that with a solution like MinerStat or HiveOS, when you install the Linux operating system or the Windows node in this case, all it is just a connection from your rig to the cloud. The cloud is still where you configure everything. So there isn't a major difference between using this on a Windows or a Linux operating system as far as what you get in the end. My recommendation is, if you want to use this, and I do encourage you to try this because it is free to try, my recommendation is if you're sitting there with a Windows rig, download the Windows node. It downloads an exe file or a zip file with an exe file. You get an access code emailed to you, and then you enter your rig name, your worker name, enter your access ID, enter your rig name, and it connects. I'm talking seconds here. It's very, very quick to set up. Now, if you've tried it on Windows, if you've tried the Windows node and it's fantastic and you love it, then flash the image. You only need an 8GB card. This one's 16, but you only need 8GB. You flash the image using any software that you want. I think I'm using Win32 or something. You flash the software. You have to go in at the start, restart your computer, go into the BIOS and change the boot priority to Linux, and then it will run. But from a recording point of view, I've installed Windows because it allows me to do that and show you guys what's happening. So jumping back over here, we'll jump over to the features and the software and the pricing, just touch upon that. So you can see here, workers management, detailed statistics, alert and triggers, multi-user access. It's got the dashboard, workers management, workers details, detailed statistics, address editor, that's where you add your pools and your wallets. Overclocking with ClockTune, trademark, got a little trademark there. Easy and quick miner configuration, profit switching, alerts and notifications, triggers, balance monitoring, users management, and other tools and settings. And then it's got the software. Again, the mining OS for Windows and for ASICs. So that's where you download it. Now, I will talk about pricing more when I go into the dashboard area, because you do need to upgrade. You can see there's a little upgrade option there. You do need to upgrade for certain features, and you can see here for multi-user access, for customer management, for public profiles, for event triggers, for the control room, something which I can't show you because I haven't upgraded yet. And for alerts, you get email notifications by default, but you can upgrade and get mobile and Telegram updates as well. And there's some other limitations down at the bottom there as well. One thing I will say about this is the help area. Now, I've been reviewing products and services online since the early 2000s. I've been doing it on blogs and writing tutorials and articles and product reviews for a long time, nearly 18, 19 years. And one of the kind of pet peeves that I have, one of the things that always annoy me is that most products and services launch and they're rough around the edges, and they always launch way too early. They rush it, and they don't have the help area set up. They don't have tutorials. They don't have everything set up. There's always things that are wrong when it's still in development. I would say that MinerStat is different. For a brand new product, this thing is very well polished. It's very well refined. And this is demonstrated with the help area. You go to the help area, there's all these tutorials. It explains everything, and there's links to articles that are on Medium as well. So there's a lot of, you can see MinerStat Medium, MinerStat tutorial. These tutorials show you everything. So yeah, from a tutorial point of view, from a help point of view, this thing is very easy to set up, very easy to get started. And it sounds like a little thing, but it's not. Because when you need help, you need to start hunting for solutions. And yeah, I mean, it's very easy to set up. It is very easy to set up, and I don't think anyone will have any problems with it. But if you do, check out the help area. There's a lot of tutorials there on there, and there's links to Medium as well. So I touched upon the Windows node, and the reason I'm showing you the Windows node is because it's easy for me to jump over like this to this side of the desk and pop up TeamViewer. So right now I've actually got Awesome Miner running. So you can see Awesome Miner, if I can get it here. You can actually see it there. It says Awesome Miner at the top there, but what I'm going to do is click stop. So I've got this set up to mine SafeCoin. The old good old SafeCoin. Now, in the back here, you can see the ETH enlargement pool. Now, I'm going to close that. And the reason I want to close that is because, well, here's the weird thing, is that despite the fact that the ETH enlargement pool doesn't work on Ethereum, it's more for like Kryptonite and for Ethash and Kryptonite, it still loads it up. And I think this is something to do with the settings that I've got in the worker config area. I suspect you can disable it, but I'm going to click start mining just now. I'm just going around this app. You can see help, dashboard, logout. It's very simple. It looks very like a nice hash interface. Start, stop. So you can see here clock tune, and I've set power limit 55, core clock 150, fan 70, minus 502 memory. And you can see in the background it's loaded Oh God an ETH enlargement pool, despite the fact I don't think it's even used. So there's different stats that pop up here as well as far as the temperature and all that. We'll see that in a bit. Now, if I go back here, I have to have a disclaimer. The disclaimer is this. So this morning, to do a video like this, I can't just, log on and just wing it. I need to spend a few hours testing it. I need to try and work things out. Now, this morning when I set this up, I had the pool mining, and it was mining for a while. And I had all the accepted shares and everything was fine. And then what did I do? Well, I started tweaking things more. I started messing about with the pool settings. I started messing about with the tag system, which I'll show you in a bit. And for whatever reason now, I'm getting rejected shares. So please bear in mind that this is something to do with my configuration. It is absolutely nothing to do with MinerStat whatsoever. I could set up Ethereum, for example, right now, and it would work. I've got no problems with that. All the default mining applications are there. Remember, a solution like Awesome Miner, like HiveOS, like SMOS, anything like that, essentially it's just a GUI. It's a nice user-friendly user interface that allows you to launch miners such as CC Miner, B Miner, Phoenix Miner, anything like that. And in this case, I've set it up and I've not got my config settings right. Could be overclocking settings, but I believe it's the pool or the port or something like that. But the point here isn't that I'm getting rejected shares. The point is this application, it is just start and stop. And now that I'm mining, you can see that it's telling me 302 mega hashes for safe, max 52 degrees for the temperature, 72% for the fan, and it's got my local IP. And then there's restart, update, and you can stop mining. And look, if I stop mining, it just does that. That's why, that's why I'm drawing comparisons to NiceHash, because it's idiot friendly. Even an idiot like me can click start mining. Now, despite the fact that this has got rejected shares, I'm going to leave it running in the background just so that when I jump over to the dashboard area now, you will be able to see that it's working. Now, the reason when I jump over is because there really isn't much to that node. There's not a lot going on there. It's just a node. It's a client. You click start, it starts working, and then everything is being controlled from the dashboard. And this is the dashboard. It's fairly easy to use. And if I do this, you can see behind here that the settings, 2FA, billing, manage users, and all that in the main menu. But whenever I hover over that area, it shows my email address, and all these other pages show they show other sensitive information about accessing my rig. So I can't show you that, guys, which is why my webcam is going to stay here for most of this. Before I show you all the dashboard area and all that, I just want to quickly talk about pricing. This is something I touched upon a little bit earlier on. It's free for the first 2 workers or rigs, and this is something that keeps confusing me because HiveOS is calling rigs workers now as well. The pricing, here's the thing. It says 0 for the first 2 rigs, and it says €1.72 for each additional one. I assume if you're in the US, it'll maybe default to dollars or something. I'm not sure. But here's the thing. It says 1.72 euros. It says 1.38 there because it's discounts if you pay months in advance. But if you look down here, and you can see you can pay by PayPal, you can pay by crypto, you can save 10%, 15%, 20% if you pay 12 months in advance. But look here, the number of workers, 5, 10, 15, 30. So there's increments in the number of workers there. So what does that mean? Well, that means that for the first 2 rigs, for your first 2 workers as they call it, it's free. If you have 3 rigs, 4 rigs, or 5 rigs, then you have to pay €10.33 in this instance. Now, say you jump up to 6 rigs. Well, all of a sudden, it goes up, and now you're paying €20.68 because you now have to go for the higher plan. You can include these extra features as well. So yeah, if you decide to go for some of the premium options, and there are benefits to doing that, like the more data, more alerts and triggers, more features. You get this control room thing that I still don't know how it works because I've not tried it. But yeah, it's free to use for the first 2 rigs, but when you enter rig 3, when you've entered your 3rd rig, then you have to opt for this 5 worker package. Just bear that in mind. It's not a criticism of MinerStat. It's just the way they've set things up. It's their business model. So let's jump back to the dashboard. And come on. Oh, it's loading. I'm saying jumping back. You're taking your time there. So you can see here that there's no issues. If you look behind here, it says there's no issues working online and all that. Everything's good to go. And on the home page here, you will see 304 mega hashes for the hash rate. Hardware 5, so that's 5 1080 Ti's. I'm mining SafeCoin. It's got different things at the top here, all the different coins, and it's got top coins by algorithm. So, if I can get my water, when you scroll down, it's got top coins by algorithm as well. So if you're not sure about what to mine, you might look down at this and you can see the current price, and you might decide to mine one of those coins. It's not essential. It's really not something that I feel adds anything that I need, but hey, it's a nice touch. So what have we got here? Workers. As I said, workers is essentially rigs. And it's got safe there, max temperature, and a video windows, just lots of information like that. If we take away my webcam for a second, you've got details, statistics, config, switch miner, restart software, reboot machine, edit, and delete. And if you edit, it just allows you to change the name of the worker. But if I go in here, you can change different things here. That's actually taking me down to here, worker configs. That's taking me down to here. So I'll jump back here for a second. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So yeah, there's different things you can access there. You can reboot the software, you can change different things. Control room isn't something I can show you because I haven't upgraded. Apologies. Statistics, well, it's not going to show me much right now, but you can see that it's going to show you your hash rates and different things like that. Profitability per coin. Now, that's not going to work if you're using certain coins that aren't kind of predefined. So they've got lots of different coins and pools and wallets, all these different things set up for you right off the bat. But if you're using SafeCoin, which isn't integrated, you need to add it as a custom coin and then, configure things like that. So it's not going to pull information like profits and that there, which is fine. That's understandable. So yeah, there's lots of different statistics there. Okay, let's go down to the address editor. And this is the introduction of kind of the tag system. So again, hiding my webcam is hiding there. You can see my safe address there, and I've just added a safe address. You just add the acronym safe, and then you add the wallet address. Now, the way this works, I could add safe wallet 1 and call that wallet 1. I could add safe wallet 2. I just call it safe because I'm just using the one wallet. And the tag system here, the tag here is wallet, the tag on the left hand side is pool, and all these ones are predefined except this one. This is the custom one that I've added, and I've just called it safe. But if I'm switching between different SafeCoin pools, say I want to add safe pools, I can maybe call that safe 1, safe 2, safe 3, or safe equipool, safe cats pool, safe supernova, whatever I want. It's the same for all these other coins. They've all got a predefined pool address in there to get you started, but you can modify these ones yourself. So yeah, pretty cool how it works. Pretty easy. Whenever you use something like this, you're always having to unlearn how another system works and then figure out how it works here. Now we've got ClockTune, and you probably saw that when I was working with the node and Windows. All these rejected shares. Look at that. Sorry. If I start the mining again here, in fact, I'll jump over and I'll show you. Okay, so you can see me again. Right, so I've got my my overclocking settings here as a profile. I'll call it SafeCoin 1080 Ti's. I should probably call it Zhash, or because it's going to apply to all profiles. But anyway, that's it there. And it's got NVIDIA MSOS and then AMD MSOS, and these are settings for the Linux-based system. And this one here, you can see that it's actually asking you to change it by watts, and then core clock, memory clock, and fan speed. And then this simple and advanced look pretty similar, just differences the little graph. But the one that I'm using here is the NVIDIA Windows node, and it's got the power limit. And I can change it to that if you want, just enter the values. But I've got it here with a graph. 55%, 150 core, minus 502 for the memory, and 70 for the fans. Now, on the subject of fans, when I did my video about... Oops, sorry, that's still showing. That's a mistake. When I did my video about HiveOS, one of my criticisms is that you can set the auto, and it'll control the fans automatically. You can set a predefined fan speed, such as 55, 60, 75, 80, whatever. But there isn't a GPU fan curve, and that is something that is missing here as well. Now, a GPU fan curve isn't a problem on NVIDIA Windows mode because I'm using MSI Afterburner. But if you were using a MSOS, the mining OS, then you wouldn't be able to control it in the way that you can with a GPU fan curve. Minor criticism, but here in this option, there isn't an auto mode. There isn't a GPU fan curve mode. All you've got is what's your fan speed, and that's fine most of the time, but other times it's not. And especially I live in the UK, and in Scotland over the last few months, in the UK, across the UK, in fact across Europe over the last few months, I was getting some really warm days. But from day to day, one day it was 30 degrees, next day it was 15, then it was 30 degrees, then it was 25 degrees. A fixed GPU fan speed in those kind of situations is quite annoying, because you have to go in and manually increase the fan speed when you notice that your temperatures are too high. But you can see my settings there, and as I said, if I show up TeamViewer again, and if I start TeamViewer, you probably noticed this last time, I did mention it, but you'll see there, see this ClockTune, that's their trademark name, ClockTune. Power limit 55, overclock 150, fan 70, memory clock minus 502. And those settings have been applied now to my rig. So it's pretty cool how that works, but there are some limitations as far as the fan speed goes, but not a major issue because you don't have to use these overclocking settings. You can, if you're using Windows, you can just set it manually using MSI, so you don't actually have to use these. You don't actually have to apply these settings. You can do it manually. Okay, worker config. This is what I was, what I kind of jumped across to earlier on. Now, the worker config, this is a tag system. This is a tag system. And again, this is different to the way that HiveOS works, different to the way that SMOS works, and also Miner works. So you do kind of have to learn it. I've not set up any groups or anything like that yet, but you can set the default client, default CPU client, clock tune profile. So, like for example, I'm going to set SafeCoin there, and I'll save it. No worker group. So what I need to do is go back to the top here, select my rig, and you can select Windows as well. So you can select it under NVIDIA or Windows, and that's quite handy if you've got 20, 30 rigs. You can say all Windows rigs apply these settings, but I'm just going to apply it to rig 4 and then save. So that's finished. So yeah, it's quite good how it works. It's a tag system, and you can see at the side here it explains it. Tags marked red or undefined, and then you've got worker name, email address, Claymore single mining, Claymore's dual mining, pool address, wallet address, and you can set the tags in the address editor. Now, the miner that I was using there is EWBF Zhash. Now, here I've got Zhash. I could change it to 1445. These settings, what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to reset to default. So, reset that. Click. That should reset. Why is it not resetting? Right, I'm going to refresh the page. That reset earlier. In fact, have I reset it already? Maybe that's why it's doing that. I'll refresh the page anyway. I can clarify that. So basically, the way this works is the parameters in text you can simply just change. Like that. You can just change it. You can add different things there as well, and just add it to the parameters. And when you go to your pool, it'll give you information about this and how you do it. But here, Zhash pool, I can change it to that, and then I can go back down, change it to SafeCoin. Change the port, wallet. I've got safe, worker. I've got Zhash. Now, what I need to do as well, I've actually reset that. That's why I couldn't do that. What I need to do now, if I copy my settings over from Awesome Miner, is add command line. So what I'm going to do is add pairs SafeCoin. And you can just add any additional parameters. You can add it to it, and then you just save. And that's there. Now I can change that as well. In Windows, and also Miner, sorry, I use, instead of Zhash, I put 1445, 144_5. I save. And I still think I'm going to get rejected shares here, but what I'm going to do is stop and start. I still imagine I'm going to get rejected shares here, but essentially that's what you're going to do if you're managing this. You're going to make your changes in the cloud via your mobile or via the browser, and then you're going to jump back to check it in the terminal. Now, I don't believe there's any option to access the terminal directly through the browser. I don't think so. I might be wrong there, but I don't think there is. But that's maybe something that's going to come in the future. I suspect I'm still going to get some rejected shares there, so I'll leave that just now. And we can check back on that later. So yeah, worker config. It's a little bit strange at first because you need to modify everything with tags, but I'm getting used to it, and it's just a different way of doing things. So now we've got profit switching, something which is still missing from HiveOS. And again, this isn't something that I've tested yet. You can apply it using NVIDIA Windows Rig, use tags, and you can select your coin. Now, the interesting thing is, you can just set it up for a range of different coins. So it makes sense that if you're using a profit switching pool, it makes sense to stay within the same algorithm, I think. So if I, for example, if I was going to do Equihash, I could switch between Hush and KMD and Zen and ZEC and Zcash, etc. It's not got all the ones listed here for Equihash 1445, but the idea is you would optimize your settings for a particular algorithm and then switch between them. So for me, for 8 hash, I would switch between Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. It's quite cool how that works out. But what you can also do down here is, select Equihash 1445, and I can say, well, when I'm switching to this profit switching algorithm, apply that one. It's still called SafeCoin there. I don't think I saved it before. And then you can switch there. Oh, not selected, right. So there's a few things that you set there at the top as far as that. So that should allow me to save. So you can see down the bottom, you can enter your electricity costs and all that as well down the bottom. When to switch as far as a percentage. Now, as far as profit switching goes, solution like Awesome Miners get more options. But again, I'm managing everything from the cloud here. It's really good that you can do that. So yeah, pretty impressive. Not something I've used yet. Generally speaking, I'm not using profit switching. Personally, I prefer to, just manage everything directly and just mine one coin at a time and then sell it and then, save for a node and then trade it or whatever. I've always kind of worked that way. I did profit switching for maybe a month or so, but I prefer to just mine coins directly now, if I'm honest. But that is a useful feature. And if you want to mine the most profitable algorithm, for me, what I would do is set up 8 hash and switch between Ethereum Classic and Ethereum and just, do that and then cash out every week. So that's pretty cool. Next, we've got alerts. And this is one of my favorite features of this. One of my criticisms of HiveOS was that in HiveOS, you can get notifications with Telegram, but you can't get notifications with mobile phones or with email. The way that MinerStat has set it up is that email notifications are free. And to be honest, that's probably the one that I would choose, email notifications, because I can set up on my phone so that for a particular email, I can get notifications and they will pop up on my phone. So you can get notifications when the GPU goes over, when workers are offline, worker comes back online, ASIC notifications, hash rate drop, efficiency rate drop as well. And you can change, what those settings are. You can also select Telegram and mobile, but you do, of course, have to upgrade. But yeah, really cool feature. Really cool feature. Triggers, not something I've added. Okay, 2 more features here. Balance monitoring and pools. So balance monitoring allows you to check the balance of, your funds. So say you've got a Bitcoin address, you just add it there. It will check. It'll check Explorer online, and you can check how much you've got sitting in that address. And you can do it for Binance and for NiceHash. You just have to enter the API information. There's Bittrex and Cryptopia as well. I suspect they'll add more exchanges there. Nice little addition, because it means that from your mining area, you can check the balance of NiceHash from Binance, from just your BTC address as well. Very, very cool. And then there's pools. Now, I'm mining on Equipool right now. I'm mining SafeCoin with Equipool. And Equipool just pays it out. Now, that's different to Supernova. That's different to Mining Pool Hub and places like that. Pools like that, Zerg Pool, where it'll save up your balance and then you can, meet a threshold and do auto withdraw, or you can manually withdraw. But your funds aren't going directly to your wallet. You're not getting lots of micro transactions. You're getting one big transaction after you've reached the payment threshold. But if you want, you can monitor your balance on those pools using this. Now, you guys, for whatever reason, you guys can't see that. It's not showing. But if we jump here, there you go. So you can see all the different pools. 2 miners, Ant Pool, Mining Pool Hub, Nano Pool, Supernova, Zerg Pool. I don't know why that doesn't show in the browser when I'm here. It doesn't show anything. But yeah, I think that's a really cool feature as well. That's really cool. At the bottom here, there's a few extra tools. We've got market cap, mining calculator, coins, AMD, Strap editor. And none of these things are essential. But again, this idea of having everything in the one area, as far as your balance, as far as controlling everything, it kind of extends that. So this is, I assume they're pulling it from CoinMarketCap. Maybe it's from CoinLib, and it's showing you the market cap and the price of all coins. There's a mining calculator, and then there's coins. Browse through the list of coins that can be mined on MinerStat, and then there's AMD Strap Editor, which is a BIOS Strap Editor. It says, no idea, never used it. But yeah, that's basically how it works. I think overall, they've got everything right from the start. Now, this isn't a perfect solution. There's a lot of things that I'm looking at here and I think, well, I wish I did that and I wish I did that. And I haven't been using it enough to really notice what I like and what I don't like. I, installed it a few days ago, but it was only today that I really started going through and, setting up overclocking settings, setting up the pools and the wallets and tweaking everything and making sure everything was working okay. This is the first day that I've really tested it. And right now, as I speak, I am still getting rejected shares, which is probably my pool settings. I need to change that. But what I'm going to do just now, and again, this is the beauty of start and stop, is just come in here, click stop, then go here, and I can just restart Awesome Miner. And now I've got Awesome Miner going again. That's the beauty of having it installed in Windows, because you can just switch between them. So, overall, I'm very, very impressed. I'm really impressed, guys. I really am. And I'll tell you why. I've used Awesome Miner for several months. I love it. Awesome Miner, I've said this many times, but Awesome Miner for me is still the best when it comes to features and functionality for profit switching, for pools, for pool management, for wallet management, for template management. You can set it up with all these different rules. If a pool goes down, it switches to another pool. If that goes down, we'll jump to this other coin and apply this, these overclocking settings. It does everything. But the one thing that I never noticed about Awesome Miner for many months is how poor the cloud management is. I was paying for the cloud management service for several months, and essentially all you can do is start and stop your rigs. When I jumped over and tried HiveOS, and even to a lesser extent SMOS, I realized that cloud management has a lot of benefits. Managing everything from a browser is fantastic. It means I don't have to go on and log into TeamViewer and use my phone or a laptop and managing it all with a little tiny mouse. I'm using it via a browser. It's much easier. Now, I don't think MinerStat has an option to look at the terminal in the browser, but it does have a dedicated app, which means that from my phone, I can switch things around. I can change things. I can change settings. I can start. I can stop. I can manage it all. That is absolutely fantastic. The other thing I really like about it as well is that it offers profit switching, which granted I'm not going to be using that much, but it is there and it's something that HiveOS is missing. But the other thing I really like about it is the alert system. This is something that I found annoying with HiveOS, is that I have to set up Telegram specifically for notifications for anything going down. With my rigs going down, I have to sign up to Telegram. I'd personally prefer email. It just works a little bit better with how I handle things, and it's good that you get that there. And you've also got the option for SMSs as well. So if you've got a lot of rigs, you get a text message, panic stations, your rigs are down. Okay, I'll log on and I'll see what's happening. So there's things like that they've got right. Now, there's a lot of things, maybe overkill. It's got all these, like if you look at the dashboard here, you've got the market, you've got the top coins by algorithm and all that. They're nice, it's nice to have all this, but from a miner's point of view, a lot of it's useless information anyway, because I can get that, that information elsewhere. But it's the dashboard. It doesn't have to be something that I check all the time. It's just where I log in and I can quickly see what I'm mining. Same with all the extra tools here, like the balance monitoring and all that. These are all just little extra things that I think are good, but not essential. But when you add them all together, well, what you're left with is a very polished product. I think that this has got a lot of things that HiveOS doesn't have, and in that regard, it's arguably a better solution. But MinerStat is new, so you have to take that into account. Bringing SMOS into the equation. You guys know I did a video review of SMOS, and I like SMOS. I do like it from a simplicity point of view, but it's very frustrating as well. I think if you're just going to, you just want a basic mining application and all you want to do is manage it from the cloud, SMOS is pretty easy. It's $2 per rig. HiveOS is free for the first 3 rigs, and then it's $3 per rig. So it's $12 when you jump to 4 rigs rather than the $8 on SMOS. But with SMOS, it's very simple, and that is the beauty of SMOS. It's simple. Very simple, very easy management. But it's also why I don't like it. I felt really restricted when I was using it. I felt like it wasn't doing enough. And that is why I think HiveOS is a much better solution than SMOS for me. And I think HiveOS is a better solution than Awesome Miner in many ways because it's got that cloud management features. MinerStat takes it a little bit further. It's one step further as far as the profit switching goes. And there's just a few other features in here that I like. And when you do jump up and you want to pay, well, for For HiveOS, I'd be paying $12 per month. It's going to be about the same for MinerStat, but with that, I get 5 rigs instead of 3, or 4, sorry. With 5 rigs, it'd be a little bit more. With HiveOS, it'd be $15. So, yeah, I think a lot of people might stick with HiveOS and they might think it's better. But if you're in that kind of 4 or 5 GPU rig situation like I am, why not keep 3 rigs on one and put 1 or 2 rigs on MinerStat, and then you pay nothing? Maybe that's a little bit tight, but you know, we are in the time of the year. We are in the market where profits are next to nothing. You know, when you take your electricity costs, your GPUs are making very little. So every little counts. It really does. I know that's anyone in the UK won't know that's an advertisement, but it does. It really does count, because you know, when you're only making X amount of dollars per month, taking $10 or $15 off your profits can be significant. So if you can use, you know, get a couple of free rigs on these platforms, it's all for the better. But yeah, overall, very, very impressed with it. My advice is to try it out, guys. I recommend trying it out. If you've got a Windows rig, download this Windows node. Download it, give it a try, and see how it goes. If you're on HiveOS, you're going to have to download MySOS, the mining OS. You're going to have to download it onto a flash drive, and you're going to have to go back in and change, well, you wouldn't actually have to change the boot priority. You just have to switch it off, plug this in, because the boot priority would already be on your USB if you've got HiveOS or SMOS installed on a USB rather than the hard drive. But for my HiveOS rigs, because the boot priority is already set that, I can just plug them in and out. For now, I'm quite happy with it being on the Windows node. So as you saw in this video, I'm not an expert on this. I'm still learning, and obviously I've not accessed all the premium features yet. So I want to get a better understanding of how the tags work and how it all works and how it all goes together. And then what I might do is maybe use it for a few days, or use it for a week instead of Awesome Miner on rig 4. And if I do like it and I do like the way it's working, maybe I will start using the Linux version so that I don't have to bother with Windows updates and Windows Defender and all that. All in all though, very, very impressed, guys. I highly recommend you give it a try. It won't take you too long to download the exe file or flash image for Linux. Give it a try, guys. There's a lot to love about this. I do think this is still a work in progress. It doesn't have everything. It isn't a perfect solution. But in comparison to the other solutions out there, I still feel Awesome Miner would be the best solution if it had good cloud management. But it doesn't. Which is why, perhaps, right now, MinerStat is in the lead. Let me know what you think, guys. I know a lot of you guys use SMOS and HiveOS and Awesome Miner. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about this and see how MinerStat compares to that. Until next time, guys. Take care.